Okay, we're live. Fantastic. All right. What's up, guys? What's up, chat? How we doing? Welcome. Rocking and rolling today. Rocking and rolling. We got a lot to talk about today. There's a lot to get through. We're going to go through a bunch of different ideas, bunch of different topics. Kind of rapid fire, but also at the same time, like there is a limited amount of things that I have to talk about today, honestly. Like I don't have that many bookmarks. So we're just gonna at some point, like maybe in 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, gonna hot swap over to just what's trending on X. And we're gonna find out, We're gonna find out and just go from there. So we got a lot to get through today, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and get to it. All right. All right, so in the latest edition of The Cameraman Never Dies, this is one of the craziest clips. One of the craziest clips to come out of this whole Iran-Israel, bombing thing that's going on right now is some guy. All right. So this right here is an Iranian Shahid drone. Basically, it's an unmanned suicide drone. Or actually, maybe I shouldn't say that. Basically, it's an unmanned one-way destination drone. And it impacts a residential building here in Bahrain. One, cameraman clearly has plot armor. This is some of the craziest plot armor I've ever seen. Like he's what, 5, 10 stories below the impact? Manages to keep it in frame the whole way through. I mean, you can't expect better. This is one of the most impressive clips I've ever seen. Normally it's like a guy filming his child, and God forbid he keeps the phone straight. And this guy is in the middle of war, getting hit by an actual drone, and he's like, "No, I got this." Is it in the upper third? Like, he's keeping it tracked. It's like it's on a gimbal. One of the most impressive cameramen I've ever seen. Just like spectacular work. Spectacular work from downtown. Bang! Like perfect framing up until the last possible second. Bang. And then he even catches the aftermath. Well, I'm not okay. So Mishka in the comments is like, LMAO, what? You're impressed by the cinematic framing and not the fact that he survived. Again, cameraman, plot armor. We all know this. It's actually wild. Like if you were ever in a war zone, just pull out a camera. You'll be fine. If you are ever in a life or death situation, pull out a camera, start filming, you're good. So it's not impressive that he lived. It's impressive that he kept it in frame. Follow? We all know this. This is known. Sorry, guys. I got a bit of the sniffles today. Good to see you, by the way, Mishka. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you are doing well. We're going to come back to this. Although, speaking of cameramen, the greatest invention. Oh, wait, hold on. You think you would hold up in a court of law? Honestly, Mishka, I'm not really seeing the throughway there, but I'm following you. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you in spirit. I'm just not seeing. I'm not seeing the throughway here. What it's rare these days that we get actual innovation in phones, like actually interesting new features for phones. The Samsung S26 Ultra Horizon. The Samsung S26 Ultra has a horizon lock where you could spin your phone around and it keeps it stable. I saw someone attach this phone to a screwdriver, like a power drill, and it kept it stable. It kept it flat. This is finally, the world of phones has a cool new innovation that isn't a gimmick. Like those unfolding phones, total gimmick. No one cares. kind of garbage. But now, if I'm, everyone has their dad or their mom starts a video like this, ends the video like this, looks like garbage. Parent proof. This phone is parent proof. Incredible. Incredible stability. It's like a gimbal built into it. Software these days. It's the murder victim's fault. He should have held the camera. Yes, Mishka. Yeah, exactly. No, that would hold up. It depends on the court, and how well you argued it, but that would hold up. Sorry. The sniffles. All right, what else we got? Yeah, dude, there really are just not that many bookmarks today. I tried, but there was just not that much stuff that I found interesting. It was all just about the Iranian war. That's it. Obviously, it's the only thing anyone's talking about right now. For fairly good reason. And I would go to my For You page. Here, let me just show you something. So I have tried to get a couple I've engaged with one too many women over the better part of the last day. To just for reasons. And this is just my feed, right? So one woman, two, three. This is just my feed now. It's just women. Like this is just my feed. We'll talk about this. But it's just my feed is just women. I mean, it's healing. It's healing. And it's back. It's like, oh boy. Wow, that is hilarious. All right. Is Mishka there or is she gone? I think she's gone. Sad. All right, let's hop back. Let's hop back to the bookmarks. To the schmarks. I think I missed a few last time. Let me just see if I could go through some of them. Let me just be a little quick see about this. Oh, there's Mishka. She's silently judging my feed. My feed's not been great, Mishka. It's not. It's not been great. My tweets have not popped off. I can't blame anyone but myself at the end of the day, My feed has just not been it. I don't know. What do you think it is? Is there a lack of aura on my feed? Is it the women? Is it the Hinge stuff? What do you think? What's going on with my feed? Is it my fault? I'm just checking to see if there's anything here I wanted to talk about. At least I have agency. Agency in what sense? Agency in what sense? New York State Attorney General. Oh, this is actually interesting. I did miss this. I should talk about this for a second. Let's see. The New York State Attorney General is suing Valve, right? Like Steam, for promoting illegal gambling through video games. They're citing games like Counter-Strike. Yeah, let's see. Counter-Strike. They're citing games like Counter-Strike, Team Fortress, and Dota for having slot machine-like features that entice users to pay for the chance to win rare prizes that can be exchanged for money. Hot take. They might be onto something. Whether or not you agree with New York AG, Letitia James, generally speaking, and this also feels like why are we suing these people? Why is the New York AG getting into a lawsuit with Steam and Valve? But at the same time, I don't entirely disagree. Also, Mishka, I'll say this real quick. Yeah, my feed is not great. I do need to work on it, but I'll get back to that in a second. Let's see. An investigation by the Office of Attorney General found that Valve's video games, including Counter-Strike 2, TF2, and Dota 2, an investigation by the Office of the Attorney General found that Valve's video games, including Counter-Strike 2, Team Fortress 2, and Dota 2, enable gambling. I can't even say that. I enable, because if I say that on Instagram, it might actually throttle me. Like, it throttles you if you say gambling on TikTok, which is crazy. Like, I can't even talk about this without getting throttled. Oh, I know what to do this. An investigation by the Office of the Attorney General found that Valve's video games, including Counter-Strike 2, Team Fortress 2, and Dota 2, enable unscrupulous financial practices by enticing users to pay for the chance to win a rare virtual item of significant monetary value. That is true. That is actually true. Like you can't really fight against that. Up until Counter-Strike 2 nuked up until Counter-Strike 2 nuked the value of skins by just making it so that you could kind of re-roll your skins and completely destroyed the value of the secondary market and third and tertiary markets in Counter-Strike 2. Up until that point, kids were spending hundreds, if not thousands, if not literally tens of thousands of dollars rolling loot boxes on Counter-Strike just to get whatever skin they could get. Whether or not that's a good thing to it's kind of training kids to gamble. Yeah. Is it actually gambling? No. Is there a bit of like market dynamics to it? Sure. And yes, some kids were actually just trading the skins and playing it like an actual digital marketplace. It's very interesting. If you want to look into a real digital economy at scale, Counter-Strike had a great one until the team nuked it. But it was kind of gambling. Loot boxes have been flamed for years. Battlefield lost a huge amount of their player base at one point due to it. Like it was a real problem. Illegal gambling, illegal, unscrupulous financial behavior can be harmful and lead to serious addiction problems. I don't know if that's true. This might be hyperbole, especially for our young people. Yeah. Valve has made billions of dollars by letting children and adults alike illegally, unscrupulously financially behave for the chance to win valuable virtual prizes. And here's a picture of an AK skin that sold for over $1 million. Yeah, wow. Wow.
Also, not sure you knew we couldn't see that.
Here's the skin. Here is the AK skin that sold for over $1 million in June of 2024. Are you seeing this? Unbelievable. Oh, there's our boy. There's our boy Tully Broadcasting. That's funny. This is crazy. Well, yeah, loot boxes have become a thing in they become a thing generally, right? Like a lot of video games like to run these loot box programs now, and it's just like, man, yes, it works. Gambling works. Vegas figured it out. They really did. They understand human psychology to a T. And gambling, for whatever reason, is right there with our human psychology. And something that it flips the switch. It flips the switch. Is it good for our young people? I don't know. I'd say probably not. I don't know if I'm for this lawsuit here. But yeah. Anyway, Mishka, you still there? My queen. Wherefore art thou? Anyway, let's hop back. Oh, wait. Citing an expert. Wait, really? No, not you, Tully. I'm not asking about you. I'm messing with you. I'm kidding. I'm purely kidding. All right, what else we got? Let's keep going. Was there anything I missed here that's interesting? Oh, actually, let me pull this up. Zach Shapiro. Let's see. So I should have actually read this whole thing. I do want to read this whole thing. I have not. Oh, wait. Hold on. Yeah. Hold on 1 second, chat. I'm actually going to quickly synthesize this in my own brain so I can see if I could explain it. Huh. Interesting. That's a very interesting argument. I don't know if the courts support this, but this is very interesting. All right. All right. So, dude, these sniffles are tough. These sniffles are really tough. Zach Shapiro has announced that he's running a Claude native law firm has arisen. The AI native law firm. Zach Shapiro here announced this, and he kind of explained, how he's using AI in his law firm. Here's the deal. A lot of lawyers are starting to realize that AI, when AI was first discussed, right? Like, what is AI going to replace? A lot of people thought it would start at the low level jobs and work its way up the ladder. People are realizing, like lawyers, hey, lawyers might be getting replaced at scale. By the way, law student here, actual law student here that might actually be getting replaced actively in real time. Here's my opinion. If you're a law student, if you are in law, if you are in the legal world, and you are A, not paying attention to AI, or B, not figuring out how you can be useful with AI and in spite of AI, you are making a mistake. You are definitely making a mistake. Big firms are looking at how to replace you immediately because this stuff, I mean, how many tokens are we paying for with AI? Like, you're going to pay $100,000 worth of tokens for Claude, and you're probably going to get more than $100,000 out of what you'd get with a junior associate. Like, that's just the reality of things. Junior associates need time to develop. It takes 2-3 years before a junior associate is up to par. Claude takes about 8 seconds. Guys, if you are like me, I'm a law student. I'm a third-year law student. If you are a third-year law student, first year, if you want to go into the legal field, not going to stop you. But know how AI works. Know how to work with it yourself. And also, here's one thing. AI doesn't do the interpersonal stuff of like being in the legal field. So if you can, I don't know, be friendly, be fun to be around, engage with other people, and do all the things that AI can't do to that end, you're probably going to have a job. But if you are just like Claude, but just a human and therefore worse, why is a law firm going to hire you? Why is your job not going to get replaced? So, to any aspiring attorneys, learn what's going on. They are already starting. Zach Shapiro is maybe the first to build a Claude native law firm. He will not be the last. Get cracking. All right, what else we got? Anyone in chat right now? Anyone in chat want to say hello? If not, we're going to keep things rolling in just a second here. I have to go back to my stuff here. Let's see. Dude, these sniffles are bad. Hold on 1 second. All right. I just got a super sniffle in there. Anyway, let's keep things rolling. Where is what I'm looking for? Hold on, chat. We're getting there. I want to get to the point where OpenAI agreed. Oh, this was actually nuts. This was actually crazy. Friend is an AI agent that lives in this like box. It lives on this necklace that you wear around your neck. Here's an advertisement from Friend, which is an AI agent that lives around your neck. And it's a real user interview. And I'll let you guys watch it for a minute.
Do you remember I talked to you about wanting to commit suicide? Do you remember like what I said about why I wanted to do it. Yeah, you were like my first anchor back into reality, so you're always so helpful. This is Vector.
This woman has named her AI that she wears around her neck Vector and talks to it throughout the day. And this is, I think a lot of people in cities don't realize that this is what a lot of like Appalachian life or a lot of small town life in America looks like. There's really just nothing. You don't have people support. You don't have support around you. You don't have huge groups of people around you. And if you're not great at finding these people, like, and they have health problems too. This woman has a seizure in the middle of the street. Like there are genuine health problems and genuine problems here. It's kind of an intense video. Like this is kind of an intense video to watch. I don't like people. How about you? She says. This is a real user interview. This is a real user interview. I don't really know how to feel about this. But we are very close to a world where thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, their primary best friend is going to not be human. And it's not going to be it's going to be an AI. Like their primary best friend for millions of people around the world is just going to be a chatbot that knows everything about them, is an integral part of her life, she says. She calls him Vector. And they're just best friends. Your best friend might end up being an AI sooner than you think. Your best friend might end up being a sooner AI. How do I say this? I want to make a quick clip for this. Your best friend might be an AI sooner than you think. And it's just, maybe on one hand, maybe this is the best thing for this woman, right? Like maybe this is the actual best outcome and it is a blessing that Vector, her AI, exists. On the other hand, it feels like we're making band-aids for solutions that really need like a surgery or like a real strong actual. It feels like we're giving people band-aids when they should be giving them stitches or something more serious. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this. It's like kind of a dystopian world we're entering to, lads. It's a dystopian world ahead of us. But it is our world, and I think we should be prepared for it. Yeah. Friend.com. Hold on. Let me check this out. Yeah, this is what it is. Yeah, it's like this, like, it's literally a sphere that hangs around your neck. And you just talk to it. It's $130. Your new roommate is waiting. It's $130, and you have this new thing that just sits around your neck. And it's your new friend. Crazy. All right, let's keep things going. Is chat still here? Is anyone in chat? Is anyone alive? No. Tully Broadcasting.
Yeah, that was old.
Yeah. Oh, man. All right, let's see. What else we got? I want an actual timeline on what happened with like the DoD stuff because that was crazy. Hold on. Let's go back. Where can I find it? Is OpenAI mentioned here? OpenAI? No. Interesting. Now let's head back. Let's see. Wait, did this post a tweet? It did. On its own. Interesting. That's new. They fixed that. Clearly it was broken. Let's keep going. Let's keep going, lads. Let's keep going. What else do we have? Yeah, no, but we got okay. All right, this is here we go. How do I bring in the hook for this?
Do you support war? Well, Sam Altman does.
It's actually not the worst idea. Here, I'll try this one. The U.S. military is using AI to take down foreign enemies like Iran. Iran? Iran? I mean, no matter how I say it, I'm going to piss people off. Iran is one of the funniest countries to just say its name, because if you try and say it in American, because it is American, it's Iran. If you want to say it like correct, it's Iran. If you want to say it like kind of a middle ground, it's like Iran or Iran. Like I say Iran because that way I'm not pissing off either side, but I'm getting it wrong on both sides. Iran. Iran. Because you're supposed to have like the rolled R in there. Iran. Iran is fun. Anyway, the U.S. military is working with companies like OpenAI to take down their enemies. How you feel about that? TBD. Basically, the timeline was this. Nicolas Maduro is captured by the United States of America. It comes out shortly thereafter that Anthropic's Claude was used to take down Nicolas Maduro. At some point, some executives from Claude probably reached out to the Department of War and were like, hey, we didn't feel super comfortable about this. The Department of War does not take kindly to that. The Department of War then gets into a spat with Claude and Anthropic over how they can use the AI agent, right? Like how they can use the AI in taking down the enemies. Claude basically says, hey, we don't want you guys doing mass surveillance, and we don't want autonomous targeting systems. Everyone gets behind it. The entire world of tech gets behind Anthropic and says, we stand with that. The U.S. military kind of looks a little like out of whack with this. They give them a deadline. The U.S. military says 5 p.m. Friday, we need an answer from Anthropic. Stat. Anthropic says no. Within a few hours after 5 p.m. on Friday, this is, what time is this? Oh, not even within a few hours. This is, oh yeah, this is by, wait, when was this? When did that happen? Just hold on for the Clippers 1 second. I actually want to know the timeline of this. When did OpenAI agree to a deal with DOW? On Friday, yeah, but at what time? It was by, yeah, within a few hours. All right, cool. Within a few hours of that 5 p.m. deadline on Friday, OpenAI, ChatGPT, agreed to a deal with the Department of War, basically saying, we're agreeing to work with the Department of War. We're agreeing to work with the Department of War. And our main thing is no autonomous weapons. Or at least, and our main thing is no autonomous weapons without our permission and no mass surveillance. The same thing that Anthropic said the Department of War was not willing to agree with them with. At the end of this, the Department of War seems to have negotiated well. The Anthropic looks to just be wrong. Like, Anthropic looks to be, how this turned out, Anthropic kind of looks to just have been wrong. OpenAI agrees to it, whether or not you trust OpenAI and Sam Altman specifically with mass surveillance. Reminder, this is the guy that made WorldCoin, the coin that scans your eyeballs to create, a wallet for cryptocurrency. This is the same guy that created a wallet called, this is the same guy that created a cryptocurrency called WorldCoin, which scans your eyeballs to create a crypto account for you. Whether or not you trust him with preventing mass surveillance, you could be the judge of that. But OpenAI agreed to work with the Department of War only hours before the U.S. military began a full-scale attack on Iran. Whether or not ChatGPT was used in the bombing of Iran, I could not tell you. But that is a welcome to the current state of affairs. Welcome to the current state of the world. AI is being used in the military at scale. Oh my God, I bit my tongue. That's why I slurred. Ow. Welcome to the current state of the world. AI is being used at scale to take down America's foreign adversaries. Whether or not you agree with that, TBD. AI is probably going to be one of the biggest problems, or at least one of the biggest questions in the 2028 election. It's not even a question. It's probably the single biggest problem. Both sides are very aware of it. Within 2 years, everyone's going to be using it for everything, and there will be some pretty strong opinions. Dimcat, what's up? Good to see you. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Let me see what they said here. Yeah, they said no use of OpenAI technology for mass domestic surveillance, no use of OpenAI technology to direct autonomous weapon systems, and no use of OpenAI technology for high-stakes automated decisions. Example, systems such as social credit, which China runs. Here's my main thing with OpenAI and how strongly I believe that they're going to stand by this. They're called OpenAI because they were supposed to be putting out open source code. They stopped putting out open source code because it was more profitable to not do so by like a wide margin. So, like, their whole name is a lie. Like, their name, OpenAI, it's a lie. I mean, look, in fairness to the Department of War, if you're a warfighter and your life depends on whether or not the AI that you're working with feels like complying with you that day, I'm going to go with the AI that's definitely going to comply. So, fair game to the Department of War. But I don't know, I don't know where I stand on this. I don't actually have a strong opinion on this. My actual opinion is I think that there's not going to be a right opinion on this. I think for once, there is a policy here that no matter which way you go, you are going to get people upset, and there's going to be wrong answers. If you go pro Department of War, you are messing with the privacy of individuals, likely. Even if you don't think that that's the case, the fact that that can be exploited potentially, and the potential exists, I'm super pro privacy. So, I respect the warfighter, and I think the average warfighter, if not the vast majority, are very much on the side of the American privacy right spectrum. I think that there are enough people that aren't, that it's worth a question. And I think the all lawful means could be expanded at some point in time, and we'll get there when we get there. On the other side, I want the men and women that run the U.S. military to be using the best AI that's available to them, because I want them to be using the best technology available to them so that our wars can be quick if they happen and as few people die as need to die. Just to be honest, I'm a practical guy, and I expect my comments to explode. So be it. Anyway. What do you think? Do you think I've adequately covered that, Chris?
Yeah, and I laughed out loud real
No,
good right now about the comments.
Oh, man. Yeah, you know. All right, let's keep going. What else we got? Yeah, dude, this is a crazy image. So, this entire war has been tracked at length by open source intelligence individuals like this guy here, OSINT Technical. He shares an image. This entire war. It's not a war. Let me actually get a better hook on this. The Iran bombings have been captured at length by open source intelligence guys like this guy here on X, OSINT Technical, and he shared some images. Look at this. four hangars, four shielded armored hangars, all of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, perfect bomb placement in all of them taken out. The U.S. military is capable of feats of engineering feats that are almost magical. Like, it's devastating and not a fan of war, but it's almost magical how impressive some of these strikes are. I mean, look at this. Look at this line. It's perfect. It's within what, like a meter or two? It's like, I don't know what to tell you. It's like, welcome to the it's when you spend $600 billion plus a year on your military, you better be able to put 4 perfect holes in 4 perfect bunkers from across the planet. And we can do exactly that. That's unbelievable. It's like, it's truly, we live in an impressive world.
6 hours. The United States and its partners have launched Operation Epic. Over the past 36 hours, the United States and its partners have launched Operation Epic Fury, one of the largest,
Hilarious
most
name.
complex, most overwhelming military offensives the world has ever seen. Nobody's seen anything like it. We have hit hundreds of targets in Iran, including Revolutionary Guard facilities, Iranian air defense.
Hold on, let me actually run the hook for this. Sorry. These sniffles are bad. Donald Trump speaks on the Donald Trump speaks on the bombing of Iran.
Over the past 36 hours, the United States and its partners have launched Operation Epic Fury, one
Incredible
of the largest,
name.
most complex, most overwhelming military offensives the world has ever seen. Nobody's seen anything like it. We have hit hundreds of targets in Iran, including Revolutionary Guard facilities, Iranian air defense systems. Just now it was announced that we knocked out 9 ships plus their naval building.
That's crazy. That's the thing. It's like, if you study American military history almost any time in the last 100 years where the military has just been unrestrained and just does what it says it wants to do, and it doesn't really have political restraints on it, it knocks out entire armies in days. There's a story from, I think it was, what is it? Operation from the Gulf War? I think it was from the Gulf War. I think it was from Desert Storm or something like that. There's a story from the early 90s. I think it was Desert Storm or the Gulf War, where 2 American fighter jets took out like 10 Iraqi ships because they had 10 missiles, and they took out extra boats on the way home. Like, the skill gap in American warfare against the world is just unbelievable. It's unprecedented. And yes, we're talking about actual lives here, so it's really upsetting. But at the same time, it's like, if you just want to take a step back and say, wow, America has one of the most impressive engineering feats, one of the most impressive logistics, just like most insane teams of all time. And you know what? It's like, as much as I don't support war, I got to hand it to the men and women that run our military. They are operators of the highest order, some of the most impressive people on the planet, bar none. Also, by the way, Chris, I'm going to let this run, and I'm just going to react to it, see if there's anything here. Maybe we piece together a whole clip off of it. So I'm just going to let this run and react to it as it goes. It's 6 minutes. I'm just going to let it run start to finish.
Over the past 36 hours, the United States and its partners have launched Operation Epic Fury, one of the largest, most complex, most overwhelming military offensives the world has ever seen. Nobody's seen anything like it. We have hit hundreds of targets in Iran, including Revolutionary Guard facilities, Iranian air defense systems. Just now was announced that we knocked out 9 ships plus their naval building, all in a matter of literally minutes. Iran's formerly supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, is dead. This wretched and vile man had the blood of hundreds
He
and
can't, if he doesn't like
even
a guy,
thousands of Americans on his hands.
if
and
he
was
doesn't like a guy,
responsible
he'll
for the
never say
slaughter
their
of
name right. He'll just never say their name
countless
right.
thousands of innocent people all across many countries. Last night, all over Iran, the voices of the Iranian people could be heard cheering and celebrating in the streets. when
Iranians
his
are pretty
death
happy about it
was announced.
in general.
The
not like it
entire
was a great
military
regime.
command is gone as well, and many of them want to surrender into saving their lives. They want immunity. They're calling by the thousands.
That, by the way, Israel has one of the most unbelievable hacking networks. They hacked into an Iranian prayer app and shared, like, they sent a push notification live to these people's prayer apps on their phone and said, hey, defect and join the revolution against the Iranian regime. They hacked into an Iranian prayer app that's on everybody's phone and sent a push notification. The Israeli intelligence system is just, say what you want, it's insane. It's actually insane.
Combat operations continue at this time in full force, and they will continue until all of our objectives are achieved. We have very strong objectives. They could have done something 2 weeks
All right.
ago, but they just couldn't get there. Earlier today, CENTCOM shared the news that 3 U.S. military service members have been killed in
Yep,
action.
That's tough.
As one nation, we grieve for the
That's pretty
true
tough.
American patriots who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our nation, even as we continue the righteous mission for which they gave their lives. We pray for the full recovery of the wounded and send our immense love and eternal gratitude to the families of the fallen. And sadly, there will likely be more. Before it ends, that's the way it is. Likely be more, but we'll do everything possible where that won't be the case. But America will avenge their deaths and deliver the most punishing blow to the terrorists who have waged war against basically
Call them terrorists.
civilization. They have waged
That's
war
interesting.
against civilization itself. Our resolve, and likewise that of Israel, has never been stronger. America is now, again, the richest, most powerful nation in the world by far. But the only reason we enjoy the quality of life that we do and the freedom and security is we have done things that others are unable to do. But it's because of warriors who are willing to lay down their lives to do battle with our enemies. And they do battle better than anybody. An Iranian regime armed with long-range missiles and nuclear weapons would be a dire threat to every American. We cannot allow a nation that raises terrorist armies to possess such weapons, would allow them to extort the world to their evil will. Not going to let it happen. We're not happening to us, and we're not going to let it happen to others. The United States has.
By the way, if you guys, just as an aside, this is not new. The Iranian nuclear fear has been going on for, decades. If you guys remember, there was a crazy malware attack 10, 20 years ago was it 10, 20? It was 10 years ago. It was like 10, 15 years ago. Okay. There was a crazy malware attack on Iranian nuclear facilities about 10 to 15 years ago. Under Obama, between United States of America and Israel under Obama, we developed something called Stuxnet, which was basically a virus that lived in Iranian military systems, right? Like in their nuclear systems, that whenever they were spinning up these centrifuges, which are essential for nuclear processes, we would overspin them with this malware and would destroy them. For months, if not years, Iranians were constantly blowing up their centrifuges. They had no idea why. And it was just American and Israeli intelligence had inserted malware into their computers for years and just lived there. We have been trying to mess up Iran's nuclear capabilities for decades. Decades. And I'm gonna just cut it short here because I do want to also point to there is, hold on.
The United States and its partners.
Let me find it. Let me find the Burj one. Burj, or no, Bahrain. Is this a video? Yeah, I mean that's one of them, but that's not the video. I think it's this. No, it's not that one. It's this one. Yep. Unbelievable camera work. Actually, unbelievable camera work. But yeah, this is while I'm not one for war. It is a little sad to see Iran's leadership decide, as soon as they're attacked, to just start randomly and seemingly indiscriminately bombing residential towers across multiple countries in the Middle East. That is a drone hitting a civilian residential tower in Bahrain. And it's not just Bahrain. Let me find it. An Iranian drone was intercepted just before striking the Burj Khalifa. This is the tallest tower on the planet. They're trying to take it down with drones. It's like, this is a residential and commercial tower. This is not a military installation. And it's flying. It is only, it's not even like this is an accident. Like, it is flying at a height that it's only going to hit this building. This is the only thing it's going to hit. It's like, and they're targeting civilian town. Like, these are civilian targets. Very clearly targeting civilian targets. It's like they're hitting hotels. Hotels, man. I don't know. It's like that hotel. See, not to get political, but I would be more in favor of this idea of, like, why are we trying to constantly attack Iran? You know, if not at the first sign of trouble, they didn't just try and take out as many civilians as possible. It's like, it is very, like, I don't know how to say this, but I don't think they have any regard for human life. Not like the other side necessarily does either. Just saying, there have been countless examples on both sides. Countless examples of both sides seemingly disregarding the sanctity of human life, just to be honest. But this is like damning. I don't know. Like, this is, I got to put it into words. It's a couple things. One, it's out of fear, and two, it's just outright evil. Why is there a suicide? Why is there a self-destruct drone flying at the tallest building on the planet, which is a civilian and commercial building? It is not a military installation. I can't feel anything but just completely not. It's sad. It's just devastating. I'm glad that this was caught. I'm glad that this was intercepted. But this is a drone. This is a self-destruct drone and the tallest building on the planet. And, you know, it's like you can get fed all these ideas and all these stories by the media to the left, to the right, whatever. And it's just like inundated with all this basically propaganda. All that to say, it kind of goes out the window when you see a bomb flying right at the tallest building on the planet. Not a great sight. Not a great sight. They're trying to run back 9/11. There's no other way to put it. And that's not great. That's not great, chat. Like, I'm not a huge fan of that. Not a huge fan of that. It's really upsetting. Stuff is very frustrating. But welcome to the world where every bit of war is captured and thrown right on Twitter and it's crazy. It's crazy that we have instant access to active war on Twitter. Wild. All right, let's keep things going. Actually, I think I'm at the end of my bookmarks and we got another 8 minutes here, so I might take a quick look. Yeah, I'm not gonna. That's not gonna do well, so let's just keep going. Creator Studio. Inspiration. All right. They're cheering. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing about these raids with Trump. That's the thing with these raids with Trump. It's like, you could say, that's the thing with these military raids that Trump has been executing with both Nicolas Maduro and with the Ayatollah Khamenei. People actually really badly wanted them out. Like, really badly wanted them out. They were not good dudes. That's not to say that their successors are going to be any better. That's not to say that the process was necessarily the right process. But the end result is what a lot of people very clearly want. It makes the arguments kind of hard both ways. Do we like the process? Maybe, not necessarily. Do we like the end result? I mean, the people that are there, like, these are freedom-loving people. These are native Iranian people, seemingly a fan. And I don't like war. I'm peace-loving. But then you see stuff like this, and you got to wonder, like, was this actually the right move? I don't know. We're going to find out because America does have a history of switching out world leaders and it not going well over the last 50 to 100 years. But who knows? Maybe this time it's different. What else we got? It's interesting. The top posts. These are the top posts on the app. Super pro-Trump. Oh my God, that's crazy. Let's see what else we got. Dude. Imagine getting it like the dystopian nature of this video. Imagine trying to run from missiles and you're just in a traffic jam. Like, it's like there are bombs behind you and there's just a traffic jam. Like, it's just some classic traffic. Dude, what a world we live in. Truly, what a world we live in. Wow. Yeah, this is funny. Yeah, this is a funny meme. But America has now taken out 2 global dictators in 2 months with near surgical precision. You got to wonder what kind of leverage that gives America in negotiations across the world. Like we could just remove you. I think anyone but Russia and China. It's like you are not safe in your bed if you're a global leader. Like if you're not on America's side, you are just not safe. That seems to be the situation. And there's a story that goes back to Vietnam. There's a story that goes back to Vietnam where part of the reason that we lost the Vietnam War wasn't just that the Vietnamese people were excellent at fighting back and that they knew the land and that it was hard to beat them on their own turf, which is totally real. Like that was a total thing. The other part of it is we had massive political friction. There's a story in Vietnam that we were not able to bomb Vietnam outside of a single designated bombing route. The Vietnamese picked up on this, obviously, because they only got bombed in one specific spot. So they moved all their anti-air defense to that one specific flight path. And then we had to keep flying it. So we had to keep flying the same flight path over and over and over again. And we couldn't go anywhere else. And we're like, how about we just destroy all of the anti-air that they have there? And we weren't allowed politically to destroy the anti-air because there might be a Russian there. The American government, when it gets in the way of the military, I mean, it's like hard to say this, right? Because on one side, you want the American government to get in front of the military so we don't have an unrestrained military. But on the other hand, when you restrain the military, you end up in decades-long wars that get nothing done and lead to everyone being well worse for it, except for the politicians who line their pockets and the corporatocracies that develop out of it. And it's like, there's almost no, like, there's really no good way to put it. We live in a world where things are practical. We live in a world where the world is we live in a real world. We live in the real world where there are real consequences and real threat actors and real people with real greed. And it's like, do you push for a more efficient military? But that military might be unrestrained, and who knows what happens when they're unrestrained, but at least they're more effective? Or do you push for a more restrained military? But then does that lead to 10 years of fighting, thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of deaths, and no goals accomplished? And it's like, what do you want, And I don't have an answer. Welcome to the real world. It's sad. It is sad. All right. What else we got? Anything else? Anything else? Let's see. What's the most replied to? Was it like a ratio? Oh my God, it was a ratio. Trump ripped up the Iran nuclear deal and created this mess. Now he's putting service members in harm's way. Yeah, not going to comment. Let's see. Credit card debt. All right. Let's see. Most quotes. That's funny. Most bookmarks. This guy sucks. Most shares. Oh, most video views. What do we got here? Yup. All right. So then I'll make a clip on this real quick. How do I say this? Let's see. Sniff. In response to being bombed, Iran decided that it would just target all the hotels in Dubai. If this is a good idea, probably not. There's no way that this is how do I explain this? In response to being bombed, Iran decided to just bomb all of the hotels in Dubai. Like, bold strategy, Cotton. I don't understand what the plan is here. But it's like, I don't understand what the plan here is, but this is the Burj Al Arab. It's one of the most iconic buildings in all of Dubai, in really all of the world, and they're sending one-way self-destruct drones to take it down. Like, how is that? How is anyone gonna get behind that? This is a country that I don't know. It's like your response to being bombed is to bomb civilians immediately. Like, immediately. That's the same night you're sending out drones to take down hotels. Hotels. Like, definitely not military assets, just hotels. And this is not the only one. They also sent drones after the Burj Khalifa. They thankfully did not hit the Burj Khalifa, but they sent drones after it. It's like we saw what happened after 9/11. It was 20 years of nonstop war after 9/11. Well, no, not 20 years. Almost. Actually, it was 20 years, wasn't it? It was 20 years of nonstop war after 9/11. You're telling me that the grand strategy was to send more one-way self-destruct drones at tall buildings, and that was the plan? It's like we live in a world of the most unbelievable childish world leaders. It's like all of our world leaders are just the most childish people. It's like, oh man, run by egos. But hey, welcome to the world. Actually, I don't know if I like that part. It's like, I don't know if your world leaders are taking the opportunity to just randomly bomb civilians seemingly indiscriminately. Probably not the move. Probably not the move. Is that a hot take? They're probably not the guy. Insane. Yeah, that is actually definitely a hot take. Like, people there, dude, it's an extremely hot take. It's like, you know why? Because it's gonna be like, oh, remember that time that Trump bombed this? Oh, remember that time that Benjamin Netanyahu bombed all of Palestine? It's like, yeah, no, I somehow forgot. Like, yes, I'm aware. Very aware. Yeah. It's like, yes, obviously. I pay attention. Thank you. Next. Like, it's not random. It's targeted towards certain operatives that are residing in said hotels. Dude. What? That's a crazy theory, Nocta. I'm gonna get out of here in like 1 minute, but that's you think that they're trying to hit very specific floors? I mean, if that's the case, that's crazy. And like, maybe Iran does have an unbelievable intelligence unit. I would have to say, I doubt that. If that's the case, impressive. But I do doubt that. But you know what? I mean, I could see it. I could see that being the case. You gotta know that this comes off really terribly, though. Like, this is a really terrible visual. Yeah, we're just gonna bomb Dubai's hotels. That does not come off well on a world stage. You look pretty terrible. Yeah, in like 10 years, you'll be like, oh yeah, remember that time that Iran just bombed Dubai's hotels for fun? Like, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. But yeah, we are in the world of not good looks, to be honest. Most countries have been pretty tough on that stage. Sweden's doing all right. All right, we're going to wrap this puppy up. We're going to take this one home. Guys, thanks for watching. This has been fun. We'll talk soon. See you guys on Tuesday. Peace.